guys, so I just wanted to give a quick update because with this set I did use a couple new products and I wanted to give you guys an update on how they held up. So for starters, I used the ball pit fantasy clay for these 3D barbed wires here on the nails, and they held up really nicely. They're all still intact. None of them like broke off or chipped off or anything, and these nails have been on for like 3-4 weeks, something like that. So the ball pit fantasy clay does hold up really well if you wear it for an extended period of time. And I didn't have any issues with anything getting like caught on anything. For the most part, everything I did was pretty smooth. I didn't really do any jagged type of designs. I mean, the little spiky parts here could be considered jagged, but they are pretty flat, so there was nothing to really get anything caught on. And then I also used the Nails by Dev shiny top coat, which I've never used before. Well, I've used it on like press-on sets, but you know, for those I don't wear them for long. They just go on for like pictures and videos real quick, and then I take them off. But as you can see with the Nails by Dev top coat, it is still super shiny after all this time. I've had instances where I've used certain top coats and they did end up getting dull over time and not being as shiny as when you first put them on. So that's really good with this. I will say though, if you are a hairstylist or you dye your own hair a lot, you are going to experience staining. I don't know if you can really tell on camera, but my nails are stained a little bit. They are stained kind of pink because I did just dye my hair red recently. So with the Nails by Dev top coat, you do experience staining, but I found out previously that if you use the LGN shiny top coat, you don't get any staining. And like I said, I dye my hair a lot, especially like red, and red does bleed and stain a lot. So if you want a top coat that doesn't stain, get the LGN shiny top coat because it does not stain at all. Like I said, the Nails by Dev, there is some staining here from that, so that's kind of the only downside, but honestly it's really not that big of a deal. I mean, it'd be a lot bigger of a deal if I did like a pure white nail and wanted it to stay white. For this set, it wasn't really that big of a deal because it was already kind of bloody looking and whatever, and I feel like the pinkish red staining that happened here kind of just added a little bit to it, so I wasn't too mad about it. But I think if it was another set where like this, it wasn't like a bloody set or something, I would be a little more upset about it. But also, if you, like I said, if you don't dye your hair a lot or you're not a hairstylist, then it doesn't really matter so much about the staining or not. But just so you know, if you are someone who frequently dyes their hair or are a stylist and you dye other people's hair and you are washing people's hair and all that, yeah, you might experience a little bit of staining there. And also, real quick, I got some new gels here. These are from Babe Nails. She's on Instagram. For Halloween, she released these like texture gels. So they're like super thick gels that when you put on, they kind of leave like a texture on the nail. So there's 5 colors here. These are limited edition. I don't know if they're still in stock or not. So if you do like them, I don't know. They may or may not be in stock anymore. I don't know. But yeah, there's 5 colors here. So this one here is called Slimer. And I did go ahead and open these all off camera so I wasn't struggling with the little foil piece that covers them. And it's this really pretty like shimmery green, and as you can see, it is a super thick gel. It does not move in here at all. I really like how they look in the little jars here, the way they get squeezed into them. I think it looks super cool. But yeah, so they're super thick, and they they're supposed to leave like a little bit of texture on the nails. But I just thought they were super pretty because they're all kind of shimmery like this. This one's called Vampy. Also, I've never really seen a gel like this before. This color is super pretty. It's like a rose gold to like bronzy kind of shift in there. I don't know if it's really getting picked up very well on camera. I think it is kind of. It's super pretty. Like I said, I have never seen any kind of gels like this before, and so I was super curious about these. And they just look really cool, and like the colors are super pretty. This one's called No Feet. It's like a white iridescent color. It almost kind of looks like a pearl with those like iridescent glitter reflex. Oh, I don't know if you can really see that or not. As always, the camera doesn't pick up these colors very well, and everything always looks so much better in person. This one is Grim Reaper. I think all 5 of these together was like $60. They're 5 grams each. This one's like a silvery gray. And yeah, they are limited edition colors or product from her. This one's called Chester. So I got it. So originally, when she first came out with it, I missed the rip drop, and so they sold out pretty quickly. And then I was a little upset that I missed out on it, but then she did like a pre-order situation, and I bought them on the pre-order restock. I don't know if they're still available or not. And then, did I say what this one was called? Chester? This one's super pretty. It's like a blue purple shift. It is so pretty. This one's my favorite, obviously. I love blue. So yeah, if you are interested in these or you like any of these, check it out and see if she still has any of them in stock. But like I said, I'm not 100% sure if they are still in stock or not. Also, I think she mainly sells like acrylics as of right now. She is a fairly new like like she just opened her shop not too long ago. I want to say maybe earlier this year is when she started doing products, but she does some really cool like nail art and stuff too. I am going to swatch. So as you can see here, super thick. Does not move like at all. It's just sitting there on the brush. It's not even like dripping down or anything. And that's definitely going to help with like the texture aspect of like creating texture on the nail. So obviously you can smooth it out as much as possible or as much as you want, or you can kind of glob it on and have it be like textured. I'm just going to try and get this on here as smooth as I can, but as you can see, as I'm dragging it through, it is a little bumpy there, little rough, little bumpy, which will give some cool different effects for things. This is super, super thick. Like, it's almost like a putty consistency, I feel like. It is a little bit sticky when you apply it, or as you apply it, it does kind of like cause your brush to stick a little bit. I don't know if you were noticing that, but I don't know, I feel like just because it's super thick and like the consistency of it, it's probably expected to be like that. Are there other brands that it's a little bit difficult to scoop up? Because like I don't want to scoop up too much, but I'm wondering, like, are there other brands that have gels like this? I mean, I imagine they're probably on. I don't know. Ooh, I love that like iridescent glitter that's in this. See, it is a very sticky like consistency. It's almost as if you have like you're painting the nail with like a 3D sculpting gel, it feels like. I feel like there's probably a better way for me to swatch these rather than cover the entire nail. I probably should have just done like a single line or like squiggle or something down the nail. But also I kind of want to get like a full effect on these swatches for you guys. Now I will say on these jars, there's no ingredients or instructions on here, which I'm not a huge fan of. I would like if there were ingredients and instructions, so you know, like what's in it, also what's like how long to cure for. And like there was no kind of instruction sheet or anything that came with it. They just came in like one of those little plastic bags, and it had these 5 jars in it, and that was it. But if you go to her Instagram or like on the website, it does say to cure for like 60 to 90 seconds. And see, it's like not super textured, but you can see it does leave a little bit. And depending, well, like if you spread it out across the nail, and obviously depending on how you apply it and how much texture you want, you can adjust that to however you want it to be, but you can get it pretty smooth. There are still a couple spots, as you can see, that are a little raised up, but I mean, that's kind of the point of these. And as of right now, to clean off my brush, I'm just wiping it off on a paper towel. I haven't not really like fully cleaning it off, so I don't know how well they'll clean out the brush, but we'll see that here in a minute. Like, yeah, you have to really scoop it out, like dig in that pot and scoop it out. Ooh, I really like this color. And to like get it to spread like this, you do kind of have to put a bit of pressure, more pressure than you usually would. These will be fun to play around with and like experiment with different textures and stuff, like adding fun little accents onto nails. This is a really pretty color. I like this one too. It's kind of like a gunmetal gray. The consistency on these is like so weird and different than anything I've ever used before, but it's also really fun. I hope she comes out with some more of these. And not make them limited edition. Because it's like, once you run out of these ones, they're gone. Although I'm probably not going to use them that much, because I don't really, you know, do much with like texture. Well, I mean, that's a lie. I do stuff with texture, but like, I don't know, I just feel like this isn't going to be something that is used a lot, or that I'm going to use a lot, but like, if you were a nail tech and doing like a bunch of people's nails, or even if you were selling press-ons, like you could go through this pretty quickly. Oh, this is so pretty. The camera is not doing it any justice. You could go through them pretty quickly, although I really didn't use that much out of the pots. And I covered that whole swatch stick, but also, you know, typically I do much longer nails, so if you are doing a lot longer of a nail, you're also going to run out a lot quicker. a Christmas collection of these would be fun too. Have like red. I mean, there's already a white here that would be good for Christmas. You could do a darker green, a different type of silver, gold. That would be cool. But like I said, I think it would be fun if she had these like all the time instead of making them limited. But I don't know, maybe they're a little pricey to make. Like I said, she's a fairly new brand, so I don't know. Also, she might have not known like if people were actually gonna like these or not, because this is kind of a weird, different type of thing, and you know, it's always hard to know if someone's gonna like, or if people are gonna like something that's weird and different like this. But I think they're fun, and I went ahead and cleaned this brush off with some alcohol. There is a little bit of glitter still stuck in the brush a little bit, but that's typical for glitter. It usually does stick in brushes and is really hard to get out. But other than that, it cleaned up very nicely. Ooh. Okay, so here they all are, one coat. So if you did just want to apply it straight to the nail and like coat the entire nail, one coat is all you need. Like I said, they are super thick. Dried down, I will say I don't like the feel of them. They are very like sandy feeling, but again, that is the whole purpose of them, is to give texture to the nail or your design that you are using or doing. I'm not a huge fan of the feeling. It feels like the same as if you were to put like loose glitter on the nail and not top coat it, or like even acrylic on the nail and not top coat it, like how you do for like sugared nails or like sweater nails or whatever. And I do not like that texture. I can't stand it. They do cure without a tacky layer. On the lid here it does say no non-wipe, so they are kind of meant to be like, you know, you put it on top, have that texture, and you know, cured, and let it go. But like I said, I don't like that feeling. I am going to top coat them because I am curious to see like what they look like top coated. So this is here what they look like without the top coat. Let me try with the flash here, so you can kind of see like all that shimmer and glitter. The glitter on them, they almost kind of look like those like foil type of glitters that a lot of brands are coming out with. I know Madam Glam has a bunch of them, and I really love how those look. These gels kind of give that same like look to it, but like you can definitely tell just by looking at them that they are like bumpy and like textured. How many times can I say textured in this video? But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and top coat these, and then we'll see what they're like with the top coat. And here's what they look like top coated. You can still see the texture on them, but you can't feel it anymore, which I'm super happy about. I did use the LGN shiny top coat on these because it is a pretty thick top coat, and I wanted to make sure that it would like seep down into the little like grooves and ridges that were left behind, but also still leave that smooth finish, because sometimes especially when you're doing glitter, like loose glitters, you tend to have to top coat twice unless you're using a thick top coat, because it will seep down into it and you'll still have that texture. So then you got to top coat it a second time. so it doesn't seep down and you cover everything and you don't have that texture anymore. But with this, and only doing that one thin coat and then adding the top coat over top, it sealed everything in and there's no texture. They're all very smooth, but like I said, you can still see the texture in there. Personally for me, I would either do a design with them and then encapsulate it, or you know, just go ahead and top coat it, because like I said, I don't like the feel of them. But if you're someone who doesn't mind the feel, then you can obviously just put it right on top, cure it, and then you're good to go, because like I said, they do cure without a sticky layer, and they are on the shinier side when they cure. They're not super shiny like if you were to add a top coat, but they are still pretty shiny. I wonder what these would look like matte. They probably look pretty cool being matte as well. So yeah, if you wanted to have them, make them matte, you'd have to matte top coat them, but I think they're fun. I think these colors are super pretty too. Like she brought them out specifically for Halloween, and this was like a Halloween type of set here, but I think these colors could work for all different kinds of holidays, like the blue, white, and even this green you could use for Christmas. Like the white's giving snow, the green is honestly giving me Grinch, and like that'd be cool to do like the Grinch on the nail and like use this to kind of create that like fur look on him. The blue could also be used for like the summer, for like water and stuff, like the ocean or something. And the texture on it does kind of give like movement from like water a little bit. But yeah, these are really fun. These colors are super pretty. I like them. Here they are again under the flash, so you can see. I will also take them outside so you can get a better look at them and see like how they look, like actually look in person, because under all these lights I just feel like it's not a very accurate representation of them. And like out in direct sunlight you kind of get better representation of them and actually see all those color shifts that are going on, because I feel like the shift on this isn't picking up at all on camera, and it is super pretty. But yeah, that is it for these. I don't know what video this clip here is gonna be on, but I'm just gonna go ahead and go over into the voiceover and start doing whatever nail art is being attached to this video. Okay, so for the nail art portion of this video, I am doing like this Cateye design. I don't really know like what the actual term is for it, but to me it kind of looks like a spotlight, so I've been calling it like the spotlight Cateye effect or whatever. But I've been seeing this on Instagram a lot, and I really wanted to try it because I think it looks really cool. And I've really been liking using Cateye a lot lately and like experimenting with it and trying out different designs. So I wanted to try this one out. So to start off, I'm just taking the black from Ball Pit and painting all of the nails with this. I did only do one coat of this and I cured it for 90 seconds just because this black is very pigmented, and it is a little bit thicker than some other gel polishes, so I wanted to give it some extra curing time to make sure that it was completely and fully cured and I wasn't gonna have any kind of issues with it. And I don't know who all watched it or who all, skipped ahead to the nail art portion of the video, but that little like update and little unboxing that I did at the beginning, I know probably felt like really weird and had nothing to do with this video, which I mean, it really didn't. I was originally wanting to put that clip on the beginning of the video where I do my nails the next time I did them, but that was gonna make that video super long, so then I decided to just attach that to whichever video was going to be like the shortest video that I had, like nail art wise, and this one right here happened to be the shortest one, so it is attached to that. So yeah, that's why it didn't really like make sense to have it there in the beginning, and like it doesn't flow very well, but yeah, that's just how it is. Okay, so after that, I'm taking Fortune Teller from Nails by Dev, which is this really pretty pink cat eye, and I'm applying that to the nail, and then I take my magnet, and I try to do the same thing that they did in that video, which was like, do that circle design in the middle. I don't really know that I was very successful with that. I tried to just take the magnet and like swirl it around the nail like they did, but I feel like it wasn't working out very well for me. So then I just took the magnet and like traced around the entire nail just to kind of put all those like magnet pieces towards the center of the nail. And then after I got that, I cured it for 60 seconds before going in with Haunted Mist from Ball Pit, which is this super pretty green cat eye. And basically just did the same thing I did with the pink one. And then once I got it how I wanted it, I went ahead and cured that for 60 seconds. And I know they used pink and green in the video, which I wasn't really trying to do the same colors as they were. I knew I wanted to use the pink cat eye because I hadn't used it yet, and I really wanted to use it and try it out. And then I didn't really know what other color to use with it, so I was looking through my cat eyes and I figured this green would probably work the best because it is in like a clear base, whereas some of my other cat eyes are like a colored base, and I didn't think that was going to work out, but that was how it turned out, and I thought it looked really cool. And then I wanted to see what it would look like if I did the green first and then the pink, but I didn't realize that the pink was like a jelly pink base and it wasn't a clear base. Like this green is a clear base with like the magnet pieces being the green, and the pink cat eye is like a jelly pink. And I think the magnet pieces are also pink. They might be silver, but I didn't realize that when I was doing this. So you're gonna see the green here, and then when I put the pink on top of it, it just completely covers the green and you don't see that green at all anymore. So after I got the pink done, I did go ahead and cure it because I mean, the green was already cured on there, and I was going to have to go over this again with the green anyhow. So I just went ahead, cured the pink, and then went back over it with the green one so I could get that cool, like, two-toned cat eye color look going on. And then I just repeated the same process for all the rest of the nails, but I went through with the pink first, got all that done, and then went through and did the green, and then got all that done as well. While I was doing this, I was getting major like Cosmo and Wanda vibes because of the pink and green. But then after I finished them and top coated them, I was like, this is honestly like very Wicked vibes as well, which kind of fits in because the new Wicked movie is coming out soon-ish. I'm actually not 100% sure when it comes out, but I know it's soon. Um, Sometime this month, I think. It's also the Wizard of Oz, like, I think 50th anniversary, if I'm correct. So like Wicked and Wizard of Oz is like super big this year and like right now since all of that is happening. So like I unintentionally created a super easy and pretty cool like Wicked nail set here. And I'm actually excited for the Wicked movie. I'm not really a fan of Ariana Grande, but I am interested to see how she portrays Glinda. Uh, but like I said, I am super excited because when I was in cosmetology school, we had the opportunity to go to New York. They do a New York trip every year, and if you want to go on it, you can. And I went on that trip and we got to see Wicked on Broadway, which was super cool. And I did actually really like it. I went in not really knowing fully what the story was for Wicked. I knew it took place in like the same timeline as The Wizard of Oz, and it was like more so focused on Glinda and Elphaba and like the story there. But I didn't really know like what all was going to go like happen in this. So I am really curious to see how the movie adaptation of it is and see if it's as good as the actual play. So yeah, it's gonna be really interesting to see. I'll probably wait till it comes on like a streaming service or something instead of going to the actual theater to see it when it comes out, because movie tickets are kind of expensive and I don't really want to pay that. And once I'm done with that, I'm taking the matte top coat from Nails by Dev and applying that to all the nails, and then I cure that for 60 seconds. And this set would look really good shiny as well. Cateye always looks really nice shiny because it really brings out that sparkle from the Cateye. It also, you know, really enhances the Cateye design. But I have been seeing a lot of people lately doing like matte cat eye designs, and I think it looks super cool matte. And that is what they did in the video that I was going off of for this set. And I think they did do like they took some shiny top coat and then did like a design with that, which I'm not doing. I'm just leaving it with this like cat eye spotlight design or whatever you want to call it. And I've really been liking how Cateye looks matte, so I wanted to do that for this set. So that is why I am matte top coating them as opposed to doing a shiny top coat, which I usually almost always do. And you can kind of see here what they would look like if they were shiny, which like I said, they look very pretty shiny, but I really like how they looked matte. And with this matte top coat, it is a wipe off top coat. So in order to get the matte effect, you do have to wipe the nails off with alcohol when you are finished. And you want to make sure you wipe them off with alcohol very well. Otherwise, they will still look kind of shiny. You want to make sure that that inhibition layer is completely wiped off and wiped off very well, so you do get the full matte effect. It is going to look a little shiny and not very matte at first because the alcohol is still sitting on the nail. Just let that dry and evaporate, and then you get a really nice matte finish with this top coat. And this is the finished result. Looking at them straight on, they do look very green, and you don't really see that pink very much. But once you start like moving them around and looking at them from different angles, you do see that pink there underneath. Like I said, I don't think I was super successful in the design. I don't think I really got that like circle design down and like really concentrated the Cateye particles in the center of the nail very well. So that is something that like I would have to work on and practice. But I think for the first time doing this, it turned out pretty well, and it does kind of give that like rounded circle type of look. And when you move the nails around, like you can definitely see the two different colors on there. I feel like the Cateye effect is way more intense in person, and it's not showing up as intensely on camera, but I feel like that's how it always is. Like the camera never does any kind of nail set like any justice, and it always looks way better in person, especially if you're doing like glitter and like Cateye and stuff. But I did want to show it under flash to see if maybe we could see a little bit more of that pink, because I just felt like it wasn't really showing up very well on camera, and you definitely can see the pink a lot better under the flash. You can also see the pink a lot better under the sunlight here. It is kind of looking a little purpley, but I think that's like the mix of the green on top of the pink. This is going to be really fun to play around with and like layer different Cateye gels on top of each other with like different colors and stuff. It gives a super cool like kind of chameleon shift type of look to it. Like I said earlier, the top color you definitely want to make sure is a clear base and not a jelly base. Otherwise that jelly is just going to cover that bottom color that you have. It'd probably work a lot better if both of your Cateyes were a clear base and neither one was a jelly base. But if you are going to have a jelly base, make sure it's the bottom one and not the top one. But that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it.